Hello again. We're going to continue working on solving equations. So we have this example in front of us. 5 minus 3n minus 3n equals negative 7 minus 3n. The first thing you need to do is find your like terms and combine them. First, on the same side of the equal sign if you need to. So here we have constants, which are 5 and negative 7. Make sure you include the sign. Now, we need to find the ones that have the variables. So we have negative 3n, and on the other side of the equal sign, negative 3n. Now, make sure you keep the sign with it, otherwise you're going to end up getting your signs wrong, and that will affect your entire outcome. So, what I'm doing is on the first side, I'm seeing that we have two of them that are exactly the same. We need to combine them by doing exactly what it says. So negative 3 minus 3, that's what we're doing here. So I'm going to rewrite what we have. We have 5, and then negative 3 minus 3. This is not a 0. If you use a calculator to figure this out, negative 3 minus 3 gives you negative 6n. Put our equal sign back down. We're going to keep that other constant on the other side, which is negative 7. And we need to keep our value here, which is negative 3n. Now that we have combined the like terms on the same side of the equal sign and we have no doubles, we need to go ahead and start solving for the variable, which is n. In order to do this, I always tell my students to get your variables to the left, and that's just for consistency, and I find it a little bit easier. You can go left or right. So we're going to take our negative 3n or minus 3n and get it to the other side, get it to the left side. In order to do this, we have to do the inverse. The inverse means to do the opposite. So what I'm going to do is instead of minus 3n, I'm going to add 3n. You do this to both sides, and you can only do it where there is another variable. They have to be able to match, otherwise you cannot combine them. So bring down what you already have. We have 5. Now, we have to do negative 6 plus 3. That's what we're doing here. Negative 6 plus 3. Negative 6 plus 3 still gives me negative 3n. Make sure you put that negative as your sign. Then we have our equal sign, and we bring down the negative 7 because we haven't touched it yet. Now, all of our variables are on the left side. I tell my students from here that we need to move our constants to the right. This is a positive 5, so in order to do the inverse, we need to do negative 5 or minus 5. So the first one cancels and bring down what we've got so far. We have minus 3n is equal to, and then here's where we're going to need a calculator or thinking about the negative rules. So negative 7 minus 5. Two negative numbers, when you're subtracting, you're going to make it a bigger negative number. So negative 7 minus 5 is going to give us negative 12. If you don't believe me, double check on your calculator. Try it out. Negative 7 minus 5. Oops. Now, in order to solve for that variable, we do the last, final, and my personal favorite step, and that is to divide by everything that is in front of the variable. So that is negative 3. You have to divide by the negative. That cancels out the number in front of the variable, and you are left with n equals, if you do negative 12 divided by negative 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4, and it's going to be positive because you have two negatives. So the value of n in the solution to this problem is 4. Hope this helps.